Hey, this is Alex with GrowHow. Right now, I'm going to take off this old sprinkler head that we're converting. This is the other leg of the system that I did a couple weeks ago, and we're going to insert our pressure regulating filtering conversion kit. Again, pressure regulator built in. Okay, that was easy. Now I've got my drip hose here. This has got, let me see if I can show you here. This has got inline emitters. See that little hole there? That means that it's got emitters already built into the system. So all I need to do now is just plug it in. Okay, now I may or may not like this height on that head. I do like having a little bit more contact with the ground for these drip emitters because they will actually focus energy, or not focus energy, but focus water there. I can adjust that later. Now I'd like you to look out here. What I'm going to do is about 18 inches to 2 feet away from where that elbow is there. Those are two pieces of pipe connected together. These are bendy enough I probably could have used one. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to install this T. This one's made by Netafim. It's made for this particular brand of drip pipe I have. And I get good tight seals out of these. Of course, it is made for it. It's also, if you can see that, it's got two barbs, so it holds really quite effectively, quite well. I'm going to show this too if I can. This is a pipe cutter. You cock it back and it ratchets closed. And then it's got a latch on it. Cock it back. This cuts PVC pipe. This one's rated to, I think, 1.5 inches. Maybe it's only 1 inch. I don't do a lot of 1.5 inches, so it doesn't matter. It's also small enough to fit in the back pocket. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this cross piece down, and I'm going to run it over behind the camera. And I'm going to do a little bit of weeding while I'm here. That's white top. That is a noxious weed in Utah, and I'm going to be fighting that for many, many years. Hopefully you can see this through the lavender. I have to be careful. I'm allergic to sunflowers, and that sunflower's right there. But again, I'm going to cut it off. Insert my T. Okay, that area is now underwater. I'm going to go over approximately another 2 feet. You'll notice this is really well measured on my part. I'm going to run, boy, right behind the bird bath. I've made the rather shocking revelation here that I don't have enough of those tees. So I have two options here. I can go get some more tees, or I can cut off the end over here where I was going to connect this next one. Right there. I can bend it back, put a figure eight, or put some tape on it. The system will do the same job. However, it leaves me over there with some plants that aren't going to get water. But there's a solution for that, which I was going to show you regardless, but we'll show it to you now. Move the camera here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to continue that line. I measured it out, but I made the mistake of only measuring once. So this ended up not being long enough. But that's easy to adapt. Now you'll notice this is a different kind of adapter than those Netafim ones I was using. I do not remember what brand this one is. But all I do is plug it in. And screw it down. Now, if you've got some things that you're having problems with sizing on, somebody on Facebook was having an issue with that the other day. Because these screw down and fasten tight, they are more adaptable to the many different, there's just a little bit difference in each manufacturer and each product. Okay, so I can extend that all the way back here like I need to now. That end, I'm just gonna put a figure eight on it and cut it off. Now these other areas where I don't have water, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take my 1/4 inch spaghetti tubing, and in this case, I'm gonna use a 1 gallon emitter. I'm gonna stick that in the middle of the plant. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna get my barb coupling. I'm gonna use my hole making device. I forget exactly what it's called. And I'll insert my coupler. Yeah, I can tell this is not cheap Orbit stuff. You put a barb in this, it actually means something. It's not that easy. There we go. And then I can connect that to my 1 gallon drip emitter. Okay, I can do that. Any plant that's not getting enough water, that's not getting enough coverage, anything got missed somehow, and the emitters in this inline drip, these are 0.92 gallons per hour. The emitter I put in there is 1 gallon per hour. That's a close enough feed of water that I won't have to worry about this. So this is done, it's taken care of as far as matching the kind of water we're getting. Now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna finish all these. I showed you how to cap off the ends of these tubes with the figure eights or with tape. And so I think I've got everything covered. The one thing that we're gonna have to look at is, if you look over here, see how that stuff's shooting up off the ground? I've got some fabric staple, from some fabric staples, fabric stakes that I'm gonna pin everything down with. In the meantime, I'm gonna look for just one more tee for that, but you've seen everything I'm gonna do on this system. Like I say, anything that's short, I'm gonna go ahead, stick a separate emitter right there in the middle of the plant. or as close to it I can get. And there's going to be some of that. In a bed where you're just building it, you plant according to where the water is. I don't have that luxury here. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Again, if you want to learn more about drip, about good gardening, check out the comments below. If you want any questions, but if you want to see more of this, hit subscribe. It'll show up in your suggestions, but you won't get nastyograms telling you to come look at the station. You'll just get suggestions. So I encourage you to do that. Thank you very much. Manana.